kind of look like he's barely making it through, but also at the end of the day, he does it so consistently to a point where it's just like...
Wait.
You can just tell that he's the better player.
With default Peach skip? Alright, I think he's going back to the basic, I guess.
Going back to basics? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can look at it, I suppose. Tsuna, on the other hand, the trusty purple Greninja. One of the best Greninjas in the country. There's actually quite a lot here. I was chatting to Tarek about all the Greninjas. I think there's about like 20, 30 Greninja players out here in total.
There's a lot. Even Hurt was a Greninja.
A lot of high-level ones as well.
No, I didn't say anything. Both MuteAce didn't actually like extend the percentage too much, so...
Oh. Catching MuteAce's landing. So far, it's actually Tsuna that has a bit of a percentage lead in terms of damage, but MuteAce gets the string. Oh, wow! Off of the down throw? That was really creative, and I think Mute was looking for even more there, but unfortunately, the down throw didn't connect in the right way that I think Mute wanted it to. Tsuna still alive, if anything, in terms of the damage, he's still ahead, looking very good. Swapping MuteAce away with the oh!
Nice DI card for MuteAce right there.
Yeah,
if he DI'd even forward, then I think he would have gotten hit by a short hop.
Yeah. DI definitely catching him off guard. MuteAce, though, is still applying the pressure, looking for an aerial, connects to back air,
very good,
just walling Tsuna out in disadvantage at the moment. Tsuna just can't seem to get a way back up until that forward air. Tsuna, now it's his turn to pressure at the ledge. MuteAce comes back, using his floats very elegantly, and finds himself a forward air with perfect spacing. MuteAce going ahead of stock.
Single move just plays so well by MuteAce. Now that's a top player right there. But Tsuna?
Bro, top player mentality. Like, MuteAce is one of the most, like, when he's on his ball, like, this guy just feels, like, undefeatable, which I think is a very cool element to have as a top-level player.
Something that we all look up to in a sense. But as we're speaking, Tsuna is struggling to find a kill right there, and MuteAce has already extended the mileage off to 50% now onto the next stock. So Tsuna definitely getting a little desperate over here. The F-tilt.
F-tilt's to punish the side B, but... Oh, okay. Oh. A rare miss from MuteAce there, as unfortunately he falls to an SD, but regardless, I mean, he's ahead of... I was about to say MuteAce gains some extra credit, but Tsuna's actually not doing that bad. He could catch up immediately with a decent string here, but MuteAce air dodging through that back air. Doesn't take too much damage. Tsuna spaces a forward air. See, it's just when MuteAce is hopping around like this, you can't go for dash attacks that easily. You can't even space up airs too easily. I suppose like you could try connect back airs, but like MuteAce's aerials are equally as terrifying. So
he's also ready for. He also has insane reaction speed, so he'll just punish it. So he's definitely looking for.
Ooh, spacing. Couldn't read the roll in afterwards, and oh my! Just goes for it, and apparently that sweet spot. MuteAce just completely shutting Tsuna up, and now with a considerable
lead.
Yeah, a considerable lead. Tsuna is really bringing out the more flashier options, so to speak, to get himself back in the game, which I don't blame him for, but still needs to work a little harder to be able to get this second stock. Tries to get himself a down air. Down tilt, sorry, rather.
But as we're speaking, Tsuna hasn't taken any percentage on this stock. That is...
Yeah, it kind of happened with the first stock as well. 2 back airs into a dash attack.
35%.
Easy damage.
Ooh, down tilt not really comboing off to a fair right there.
MuteAce taking it easy in disadvantage. Goes for the footstool, but I think he messed up his input. Tsuna pressuring at the ledge, tries to line himself a back air, but that's just what Peach could do, just linger there for as long as she wants before she wants to come back. But regardless, despite that, Tsuna apparently just completely gets the edge of the situation.
Barely kills.
I mean, 75% unanswered. It's still doable for Tsuna, but MuteAce is looking pretty primed to be able to take this first game as long as he sticks to the game plan, finds himself a back air. Ton of misses, but so does Tsuna's pivot grab. It's just so difficult to be able to catch Peach's landing for very obvious reasons. Oh! Dash like into the back air, putting Mute in a bit of a rough spot.
Tsuna's going for the jump read all the way at that spot. He already went for that last stock. Mute just barely avoiding it.
Dash attack gets shielded and a back air out of shield from MuteAce. Could be able to end the game here. Another back air. Not going to do the job, but whoa! Yeah. Tsuna panicked a little bit when he saw that he jumped right into the course of the turn open. Unfortunately, just because I suppose he was drifting in, he accidentally directionally air dodged. If it was a neutral air dodge, I think he would have been fine. But is what it is. A bit of a panic moment that, you know, when you're playing against MuteAce, I'm not surprised if you're panicking, but MuteAce going 1-0 up. But it is a BO5, so we still have a lot to go in this set. Was it FD again? I think it was FD again, right? Sorry, I wasn't looking.
They caught me off guard. I mean,
Corby lacking.
Oh.
All right. So I suppose this will be the last game on winner's side for either of these players to play.
Yeah.
As Wave B is coming to a close.
It's a little sad to see, you know, day one for some of these players are coming to an end, you know, with clear
some players dropping to losers, some players even unfortunately going out of bracket, even though they were seeded to go very far. I mean, that's just how it is at this tournament, I suppose, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
How many make it into day 2? Someone's going to have to remind me, but not too many. MuteAce coming back into this game has a fantastic start. Footstool down air. You don't see that with Peach too often, but I suppose if it works, yeah, you can confirm it into things.
I thought that I was just looking at Lucario or Snake right there.
I know.
Cannot think this is a floaty character right here. But putting a wall up backers right there, fair. Tsuna is really trying to rack a percentage. Again, it goes for that jump read all the time. I guess he expects Peach players to jump at that spot.
Well, I think you just need to keep threatening that option, even if it doesn't connect. Just being like, hey, if you want to jump, try and do all this like hopping around with your float, trying to be tricky with your movement. I have a forward air that's ready for you to throw out at any time. So I think Tsuna wants to try and kind of just be as like jumpy as possible and space as many forward airs, or not space, but kind of just like present an option there. And then maybe MuteAce will sometimes be in that spot where he threw out a forward air. And that is definitely what Tsuna's trying to look for right now. Connects a back air, sends MuteAce off stage, finds another back air, just about managed to kill. I thought it'd be a bit stale, but
even with the stale back, even with how stale it was, finds the kill right there. Great stuff.
Going up the start. MuteAce definitely not in too much trouble yet, but ooh, hold on. Fair amount of damage for Greninja standards, I suppose. A quick 46. Oh, Tsuna jumping out of disadvantage. Very, very high jump height. So, yeah, I suppose that's a very efficient way of getting out of a rough spot for yourself, unless like MuteAce just completely calls you out with a forward air. Oh, still looking for the kill. Grab. Fantastic DI off of the dash attack. Tsuna is somehow still alive. Just doesn't want to get hit by any kind of aerial here, which MuteAce is spamming the hell out of. Back air, still sour spots, and still can't find the kill. Tsuna somehow staying alive. Finally, MuteAce gets the better of him, but still, Tsuna with a slight lead. Taking it easy, looking for that one opening, as is Mute.
Both players have an easy. Both players are definitely being cautious, throwing out wall like the same move just to wall out the opponent. Early percentage, which is very interesting. But
I feel like you can just afford to be safe in these situations, as safe as possible, because like the repercussions of them getting a string or any kind of opener is just like massive. Especially on a stage like FD, where you low-key like immediately end up off stage after any kind of string.
Right. Or we could just be overreading and it's just spaghetti, you know? Who knows?
That is the most Smash Bros thing that I've heard in a while. Sometimes it's not even that deep, bro. They just throw out aerials.
They're just putting out aerials.
Oh! Okay. It's not going to kill. Because let's be nice in a rough spot.
Because moves only get stale when it hits or it hits on shield, so they're just throwing it out.
Oh, that might kill. No, brilliant DI from MuteAce. Still not going to do the job, but reading the course of the recovery, falling down, and the back air does it.
That is definitely the conditioning that Tsuna's been doing the whole time, you know? Tsuna's like, I know for sure you're gonna like, not gonna use up your jump, so I'm just gonna hit you. gonna follow you, just gonna hit you as well. But regardless, Muta's getting the string going. He has to do a little more to find the stock right there.
Yeah, just needs to find one solid hit or confirm. Keeping Tsuna off stage, and I think Mute, when it comes to finding the stock, you don't really see him rushing too much. Especially at the ledge, you can kind of really often see him like slowly taking it easy, like just throwing one turnip after the other. If he gets you off stage, that's good. Continue, maintain the game plan. Don't go for anything crazy to find the stock too early. And eventually, you will find the stock. Because this is exactly what we're seeing right now. 142, that will not be an untechable. Even after the sweet spot phase, the jump call out from Mute, who after a tremendous amount of advantage state, that lasted so long, he managed to find the stock without too much deficit. Back in the game.
I think commentating or like just watching two MuteAce sets in a day, it's definitely not good for your heart.
Oh, for sure.
This match,
it feels like every game gets so close.
It's a marathon. Yeah, he just does it all the time.
Yeah.
Even for the spectators, it's a challenge as well. Amazing gameplay, obviously, but it's just, you know.
No, what?
He just pushes himself to that. I wonder why. I don't know. It was definitely because, what was it? He's just too floaty. That's what it is.
Sign of a down smash that came out from Tsuna that got interrupted by MuteAce, and MuteAce got a bit of damage for himself. It might be a hint of despeраcy on Tsuna's end, who might want to take this game as quickly as possible here, because you don't want to give MuteAce a hint of a comeback in these situations, because this guy is Mr. Comeback.
He knows what he's... Oh.
Take your time.
Oh my, what a roll. Did you read that?
It's not going to do it, though. Tsuna not committing to anything.
Definitely respecting.
No, you can't be doing that, bro. As Tsuna, I feel like you can just stick to the same game plan of just like throwing out forward airs, spacing yourself, playing at a particular distance, forcing MuteAce to come.
MuteAce's shield is very low. He got his shield all back now.
Oh no.
From that all.
MuteAce might be able to come back here. Almost caught the landing with the up air. Can't do so. Tsuna just still looking for those forward airs. Back air misses. Good shield from Mute. Hopping around, mixing up with flow cancels.
Same percentage, essentially.
It really is just a last hit scenario here. Both players just spamming their kill moves respectively. Tsuna just look at... Oh my! Bro, that's crazy. After like the, what, like 20th forward air in a row, it was the one dash attack that he knew would connect. And
because Mute was holding his shield, tilting his shield upwards because he knew his shield was getting low, and he expected Tsuna to use an aerial. But guess what? Tsuna saw that.
It was the I don't know if it's shield pokes as well, but that was just really good.
It was a shield poke because what was it? He was tilting his shield upwards, so his the feet was exposed.
Right.
And because of that Tsuna dash attack, and then I think the later part of it, he connected with.
That's some real FG shit, you know. That's fair enough. Very intricate gameplay coming out from Tsuna. But I was also a bit surprised as well, because I didn't realize dash attack was still going to confirm into up air in those percents, because Mute was like past 140.
Mute is definitely past 140. Okay, so now we're going into our game 3. Oh my gosh. 2-player. Definitely better. Like, we went from like darkest stage ever to like such a bright stage, such a vibrant stage.
Yeah.
Definitely a treat to our eyes. With flashing gameplay as well, obviously, with 2 players.
Indeed, so a very bright screen that we have in front of us.
So they're respecting each other very well now. I think they know they have a sense of, they have an idea of how these 2 players like to play.
Yeah.
And this is where Mute definitely shines for sure. He's adapting right now, you know? He's just tech chasing.
What? 2 weak nairs into a row as a tech chase. I've never really seen that before coming out from Mute, but yeah, just continuing to surprise me with all of these crazy-ass strengths that even Tsuna wasn't ready for with 2 mistakes in a row. You could just tell, like, he was like, what the hell is happening to me? Another mistake, and he's going to have to pay for it this time around with MuteAce taking the first stock. Only 32% taken. It's not looking too good for Tsuna right now. Tsuna players back in neutral, yeah?
Tsuna's not getting desperate, but I do think he is struggle. He's gonna struggle. He's gonna be struggling quite a bit to find just that, like, you know, just that one opening, you know.
Yeah, I mean, MuteAce in these situations with a really big lead, the concept of trying to kind of mitigate that deficit and slowly get yourself back into the game just seems so difficult against A, a character like Peach, and B, MuteAce.
Yeah.
To put it easily. Oh! Nah, so close. Tried to get the up smash off of the tech chase on the platform, which if it hit, it might have been a kill, and instead it's that one.
It was barely a kill.
Yeah, barely.
I don't think that was even bad DI as well. It's just Greninja's like up smash is insanely strong. So
Yeah, Greninja's up smash broken as hell, bro.
I mean, dude snapped and he like just rips it apart.
Rip that Peach apart, yeah.
Dude, that's like the most violent stuff that we can ever see. Yeah.
Dash tag, back air. MuteAce having to burn his air dodge, but he's okay. Gets hit by back air. Trying to get back onto stage, taking his time with the recovery option, and almost managed to find a reversal there. Regardless, MuteAce is back on stage. Tsuna has to go back to his usual game plan. Spaces a forward air, can't space the second one correctly, gets back air instead. Spacing with more aerials, just one by one. Looking for any kind of opening that will give MuteAce a lot of trouble. Finds a grab. Going off stage very deep. He could have low-key done another grab there.
Did you just see that? He just levitated. He didn't even have to up B because of the Hydro Pump.
Making the most out of the Hydro Pump. Yeah. Just riding the wave, you know. Committing to an up air, but MuteAce jumps out at the right time. Almost had that edge recovered after the air dodge, but MuteAce was just one step ahead. Oh, sure. Okay, sometimes the suck just ends like that. Tsuna with a complete call out. And now, after what was looking really good for MuteAce, now Tsuna's kind of completely managed to reverse himself. What? No forward air.
No
unfortunate.
forward air.
Yeah, just misinput at the wrong time. Tsuna looking...
barely misses the grab right there.
Good. Gets an air. Nothing too much off of it. He's taking it slow. He wants to develop this lead as cautiously as possible without getting hit by anything too crazy from Mute. Good damage. Gets the back air off as a finisher. MuteAce yet again, just a little, just a stone's toss away from whatever Tsuna tries to throw at him in terms of the aerials, but MuteAce still needs to find the stock here. He's doing good in disadvantage. He just needs to find that one opening, which Tsuna is just not giving him. Oh. Center stage. Oh! It's good DI. Good DI, but
good DI.
I'm still a bit worried.
It is definitely a kill percentage.
Tsuna might be able to take this game without even losing his stock. MuteAce air dodging. Tsuna, I mean, that forward air probably wouldn't have connected anyway, but still, as you can clearly see, he's looking for the kill. Offstage situation, B reversing. That should do is gonna be it. Okay. Okay.
Mute definitely shook a bit.
We doing this? All right. Tsuna going 2-1 up. I'm impressed.
Oh, Tweak talks again.
Oh, Tweak. Hold on, Tweak. Oh, not Light.
Light?
Light's here? We got the whole squad.
We got Lights Out, Tweak talks right here.
We got Lights Out and Tweak talk in MuteAce's ear, one by one, teaching him the ways of the Greninja matchup and how we're going to be able to beat Tsuna's Greninja here in 2 more games remaining, potentially, maximum. Unless Tsuna manages to close that out here. Tsuna has nobody with him, unfortunately, to help him out here.
Tsuna is fighting a very lonely battle right there. With the
For the record, I will say, chat, it is not cheating. It is not cheating. Coaching is allowed at this tournament, and it got announced. Tsuna just doesn't have anyone to coach him at the moment because I think all the other players are playing at the moment. So yeah. Bro, imagine having Light and Tweak coaching you. Like, I feel like the language that they are speaking right now, the ways that, you know how like sometimes you're listening to a top player talk about the way that they're playing the game, and hold up, is that Limac? Limac coaching, inbound. Oh no, is that not enough time? All right, never mind, what a shame. Imagine Limac coaching Tsuna for the MuteAce matchup. It's like, yeah, if you get KO punches Greninja, you could, No, unfortunately, Tsuna is going to have to battle this solo. MuteAce, after a few words from his fellow peers, is going to somehow try and have to reverse this situation. His back is against the wall, but his back has been against the wall so many times that I wouldn't be surprised if MuteAce kind of just like clutches it out anyway, because he's done it time and time again.
They do say the way in which you should approach best of 5 and best of 3 is very different. You know, there's like the game of adaptation definitely comes into gameplay, definitely comes into play more. However, Tsuna is definitely seem to be the one who understands MuteAce's gameplay more than the other way around. But that's
it's weird, isn't it? Yeah, you're right.
Because I also think that's because Greninja, what was it? Mute constantly has to face backwards to hit it with the back air.
Yeah.
Or else, like, the only move he can really use is, to close that gap, essentially, is dash attack. But dash attack is very laggy. Meanwhile, Greninja's way more mobile when it comes to that. He's got also way longer reaching moves. Back air, fair, dash attack. It's just F-tilt as well.
You're right. It's just like Tsuna's basically just walling himself up and just creating such like a jumpy, springy. He's like an actual frog, the way that he's moving around in neutral right now. And it's way more, it's paying off a lot more compared to like the usual more grounded like dash attack, down tilt spacing gameplay that you would see in like a more standard Greninja game. And it's working out for Tsuna completely here.
These characters both struggle to like find combos, so like what Tsuna is doing is I'm not gonna let this character hit me. I'm just gonna throw out, like, I'm gonna wall him out. I'm gonna like slowly build up percentage, and Peach can do the same thing, and let's see how it goes. And as we say that,
word, Tsuna taking the first up with a considerable lead. We might be seeing an upset if Tsuna keeps this up. Could he do it? I mean, well, we're talking about MuteAce here, so hang on. We could see a comeback develop at any moment if MuteAce just kind of just does his MuteAce-y stuff. That's probably the best way to put it. I don't really know.
A bomb?
Yeah. Imagine. That's true. MuteAce hasn't. Oh! As we speak, MuteAce actually managed to get himself a Stitch Face there, but unfortunately can't make the most out of it. Back into neutrals. Tsuna kind of completely content with taking the back foot in terms of this situation here. Manages to find himself a very nice grab into an up throw. MuteAce off stage. Tsuna hopping around, looking for a back air, which he finds. Extension. MuteAce being lifted up, no forward air, but he's going to go down into the floor. That was so close. Nice tag. Tsuna's still alive. That was very committal with the counter going outwards. Almost a fantastic substitute that just doesn't work out. And MuteAce instead almost finds the stock. Brilliant air dodge to catch. Another tech. Tsuna just been marvelous in disadvantage. Oh, okay. Well, regardless, he's still in the lead, so Tsuna's still looking good. Gets a grab. Actually goes for a back throw as opposed to any kind of down throw, like tech situation. I don't know if MuteAce would have been able to jump out of it anyway, but I'm surprised he didn't go for that. When you're in the lead like this, especially when you're one game away from a major upset, I feel like you kind of just want to start kind of just closing the game out as soon as possible with these more 50-50 kill confirms. But I don't know, you can tell that Tsuna's trying to take this as slowly as possible, but that might not even matter when you're playing MuteAce, who's just started to wear his engine up a little bit more. Regardless, he's at the ledge now. Tsuna reacts to the roll. Tries to hit him with anything at this point. Gets another grab. No back air.
How is he so good at the board again?
Just couldn't read the drift this time around. Tsuna looking for any kind of kill. 136 on MuteAce. That forward air would have done it, but unfortunately it was spaced incorrectly.
MuteAce is just avoiding every single attack.
That's what MuteAce is known for, bro. But the shield is low. He really has to start watching out. And a little too committal with that forward air. MuteAce potentially on his last stock of winner's side. Tsuna on the verge of a major, major upset. Take his time. The back airs just keep hitting. MuteAce being forced to recover high.
Oh,
he's okay. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay.
Scary right there.
MuteAce slowly pushing himself back in. Connects the back air. MuteAce hits the forward air before Mute can answer on the platform. Mute gets the grab. Turnip thrown up. Teasing something with the down air, but Tsuna manages to come back. Almost scouted out the air dodge.
It was definitely
oh no!
No, that doesn't do it. He knows it. Yeah. MuteAce really wanted him to roll out there.
Yeah, it's just these like 50-50 callouts that MuteAce isn't getting correctly, but I thought that would kill. I really thought that would kill, but Tsuna somehow managing to avoid dying.
It's a stage bait. It's a stage bait. It's a stage bait.
I do too many commentary curses
No,
with this match.
You have to at this point.
MuteAce might be able to answer back. The damage might start racking in for Mute, but Tsuna looking to close this out. This is where MuteAce is at his most efficient, I would say. But MuteAce! It's gonna fall down to losers, and Tsuna with the complete call out on the up smash at the right place at the right time. He hits the right option. And there you go. That's Japan for you, buddy. Tsuna, the Greninja player from Kansai, taking it over MuteAce in 3-1 fashion. What an upset. What a match. Cinema.
Look at him. Look at him. He's just having his arm out. He's like, yup, that's me. That's me. The guy with the Oregon t-shirt.
For real. Fantastic stuff coming out from Tsuna, and that is just one of the many upsets that we've seen here today at Kagaribi Day 1, and one of the many upsets that you will continue to see.